What's up, YouTube? So I gotta ask the good one. Mitch Richmond versus Klay Thompson. Ooh, if you saw this comparison, postseason it's Klay. That's high for rebounds and assists because Klay had more postseason success. You think? I mean, if we go to six finals and the run Klay had, Richmond got him a ring with the Lakers in 2001-02, shot Kobe's three-peat at the end of his career. They did not catch him in his half of his prime. Would have been interesting if he'd have been a third wheel. But I think it was a good gesture to getting him a ring because he was a bad dude. A lot of people, when you ask who was Michael Jordan's two guard guy that he really kept an eye on, well, obviously most people are going to say Joe Dumars, and of course the majority will say Reggie Miller. But the guy that had the real respect was Mitch Richmond because Mitch was scoring buckets. Mitch could score. And you don't really realize how good Mitch Richmond was until you look at his stats up against Klay Thompson. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he probably played like 100 more games than Klay, but it's pretty evenly matched. But Mitch got him beat. Better score, better rebounder, better assist in the regular season. And that's very telling. That's very telling how Mitch Richmond and Klay Thompson, it's pretty close. It's kind of like it didn't see that. You're kind of caught off guard with that one because you didn't quite see that one being something that you would think that was you know um part of it, like it was going to come off like that. It was like, wow. you know um it was a trip when I think about it in hindsight. So the numbers bear out that Mitch, if I go by the regular season, Mitch was a better player. If I go by the postseason, Klay was slightly better player. The eyeball test. This is the thing about with Klay Thompson. I thought, I've always said this. He's the only guy that between Wilt Chamberlain's 100 and Kobe's 81 that I think that if we're talking about before everybody and their mama now can score 50, 60, 70 points. But when just scoring without the dribbles and all the eyeball tests, he was the only one I thought I had a chance to get between both of them when he was healthy, you know. And you know, that was at that time because he was electrifying to see. I still remember the 37 points half. I remember the game with no dribbles hardly. I mean, the guy was electrifying to see. But when I look at it like this against Mitch Richmond, uh, it's not quite. It's not quite. It's not quite like that situation. It was, you know, it's very intriguing when I watch that. It's like, wow. It gives it a different spin because to look at the numbers crunch and how close it is, or how much Richmond had better hit, it's like, wow. Now, Mitch Richmond wasn't considered one of the 75 greatest players, and neither was Klay Thompson, despite his helping out being Steph Curry's sidekick. So it's interesting when I look at this, but these guys are in that very, really good tier too. So it's an interesting debate, you know. But Mitch Richmond could score in buckets. I remember that. It's just that he played in Beijing when he played for Sacramento. They had no TV time. Nobody cared. So it's the timing is everything, but there was the super internet highway because a lot of Mitch's career was on West Coast time. And if you didn't live out there, you had to wait till the next day with the papers. So this is it. But it's a good debate and a good question. That's a real good debate and a real good question. Mitch Richmond versus Klay Thompson. Please say like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.